Good morning, respected sisters, teachers, and all my dear friends. Today, 24th January, is the second day of Mary Ward Week. We, the students of Class 7D, Group 2, are here to present a video on the three visions of Mary Ward. Mother Mary Ward was an English Catholic nun whose activities led to the founding of the Congregation of Jesus and the Institute of the Blessed Virgin Mary, less well known as the Sisters of Loreto. Mary Ward was born as John Ward in Mulwith, West Riding of Yorkshire, the first child to Marmaduke and Ursula Wright, and took Mary as her confirmation name. She was born at a time of great conflict for Roman Catholics in England. She lived with and was educated in Latin by her maternal grandmother at Welwick, who had been imprisoned for 14 years.
Cherish God's vocation in you. Let it be constant, efficacious, and loving. From the very early years of her foundress Mary Ward's life, love for Jesus and trust in Mother Mary formed the foundation of her spiritual life. Her devotion to Mother Mary was so great and tenderly dear that she urged her sisters to choose her as their special patroness and fly to her with filial confidence in all her necessities. Being a spiritual person, she had vision from God. Her vision always encouraged her. She always worked on them to make them come true. She had three visions. Glory Vision 1609. Take the Same of the Society 1611 and Vision of the Just Soul 1650.
The Glory Vision 1609. The Glory Vision marks the beginning of Mary's mission to found the Institute. She now knew that the one aim of her life was the praise and glory of God in everything. One morning, towards the end of 1609, after making her meditation, she was combing her hair at the mirror. Something very supernatural befell her. She understood clearly that she was not to be an enclosed Carmelite nun. It was certain that some other thing, something new, was determined for her. It was a good thing and what God willed. It filled her soul in such a way that she remained for a long time without feeling or hearing anything but the sound, glory, glory, glory. When she returned to herself, she found her heart full of love for this thing. The greater glory of God became the ultimate purpose of her life and work. Take the Same of the Society 1611. So far, Mary and her companions had no clear picture in mind of what might develop out of this apostolic beginning, but God showed them the next step in 1611. That year, an epidemic of measles broke out in St. Omer. All their boarders fell ill, and how busy they were nursing their little children back to health. Then she too fell ill and was at death's door. She began to recover from that mortal illness. She heard a voice calling her, not a human voice, but a wonderful interior voice, speaking to her soul, commanding her to take the Same of the Society of Jesus. The voice died away, but it was very clear to her how she was to organize her congregation. At last, she knew the will of God.
Vision of the Just Soul. God showed Mary a just soul in inexpressible beauty. Mary defined it in three kinds of freedom: freedom from attachments to worldly values, freedom from attachment for all works of justice, freedom to refer all to God. She was 30 years now. After a long process of searching a retreat in October 1615, God showed her the heart of her vocation, a just soul in inexpressible beauty. She understood the core values of this special state of life as freedom, justice, and sincerity. In a world where the only way for women to live the religious life was in isolated, dependent convents cut off from the rest of the world by strict cloister, she was graced to found was to be modeled on the society of Jesus, but not dependent on it. Again, she saw life and everything around me as God's priceless gifts, to be used gratefully and respectfully.
Oh my God, friend of friends and parent of parents, I seek your blessings as I begin my learning. The more I learn, the better I see how little my knowing. May I listen to your words of wisdom, sow them in my heart, and give them time to sprout, and plant them where the soil is fertile and rich, so that their inner truth may bloom and glow. May I keep learning all through my life, knowing that however much I may learn, there are always new things to discover and life's mysteries to uncover. Give me a vision larger than my life, greater than my studies, wider than my circle of friends, deeper than my own roots. May I use my opportunities wisely and gratefully, and develop my talents responsibly, and place my learning at your service on the altar of freedom, truth, and justice. Make me learn from life and nature, and consider everyone as my teacher. And you, dear God, the teacher of all teachers. Amen.
मेरे बन मेरी सुना बन तो पुकारे सुना प्रभु सुना पुकारे प्रभु सुना पुकारे भज मन मेरे सुना मन तो पुकारे सुना प्रभु सुना पुकारे प्रभु सुना पुकारे भज मन मेरे सुना मन तो पुकारे सुना